But the advantage could be that they get some time off, they get to study the other teams, and the other teams, of course, then have to play more games, thus for revealing more strategy. So do you agree with that, or do you think actually this has benefited OG in many ways because they've had that momentum swing every single day?
There is something to be said about momentum. It is somewhat of a momentum-based game, but I think there is more of a detriment in revealing your strategies. But it seems like Team Secret didn't really read much into their match against OG. Or against EG rather.
I love the fact that we said before the game they need to come out fighting, and literally both teams just said, you know what, let's just fight. Like, whatever, we'll just go at it. And it ends 3-2 at the very, very beginning of the game.
Was it the EG Secret upper bracket final that we were talking about? The Tiny, it was like 4th pick, right? And we were talking about it, mid Tiny, carry Tiny. I don't think we really expected to see the support Tiny again. For my reason was because I figured it would be countered pretty well by teams who have seen it before, right? And I felt EG didn't do it, but OG, they definitely countered the support Tiny exceptionally well.
Watch Miracle man up against 3 heroes here and still get a kill out of it. This is just a perfect description of what happened in this game. It was just Miracle manning up everywhere, killing everyone.
Yeah, he was exceptionally good. That was one of the best Quaswex performances that I've really seen.
And it is the kind of playstyle that, Ben, you said you wanted to see out of OG, right? Where it's, you know, we call it pubby, right? But it's very chaotic, frenetic. There's a lot of fighting going on, and there's not much room for like long-term strategy. That's basically what we're getting into. And this game was exactly that. A high number of kills early on, a lot of chaos going in these fights, and OG definitely benefited out of it.
Huge individual plays. That snowball, when I saw that and Secret committed a smoke to that, they get 4-man wiped at this particular point, and the Queen of Pain could really just couldn't blink at all, couldn't get out of the cold snap plus earn combo that Miracle pulled off so many times.
Is that potentially the most disappointing we've seen out of Wii? Because he's had a great tournament so far.
We haven't really seen too many teams like counter a Queen of Pain, and I think that Invoker is one of the better heroes. We've seen Nyx Assassins, but they don't actually match up in the same lane. I mean, they even didn't really have Wii there to contest Miracle for most of the game.
Yeah, it used to be really that like the Queen of Pain matchup would be met by Alina, and then you could see the Alina maybe countered out depending on the individual plays in that middle lane. But this Quaswex Invoker is much stronger at shutting down Queen of Pains, and we haven't seen too much of that.
And you just start seeing the versatility of OG now. Like what No-Tail said, they feel very comfortable playing a lot of different things. We see the teams, they have to do a respect ban on the Wisp from the get-go. They ban out the Shadow Fiend as well. If not the Shadow Fiend, then the Dazzle. What about the Tuskar?